Everyone, I require your attention.
This is it. Stay close. Let's see if Nicholas makes an appearance.
It is an honor and privilege to introduce our host for the evening. May I present the impending husband of Magnifica Flora, Lord Kosh.
Welcome to my home. I must thank all of you for joining me on this momentous occasion.
That's Nicholas.
Please, eat and drink your fill. Soon, I shall speak to you not as a humble merchant, but as a noble of Tanith.
Nicholas is Kosh?
Not if we can help it, you swit.
Damn it. I should have put it together. Nicholas played us. He played everyone. There was never any Kosh to begin with. I don't know how Nicholas reinvented himself as a reclusive merchant lord, but he managed to do so. He could have been planning this for years. Bastard. We need to stop the wedding. Actually, we need Flora to do so. I think this can still work. Let's split up, learn where she is and how we can reach her. I need to come up with a very convincing argument.
I have so many things to say about Zira's outfit. Later, when we're back in the den.
I don't know much about this Kosh fellow. My cousin, Magnifica Flora, she has every prerogative to throw her dowry away. Have you met my cousin, Magnifica Flora? Said not to embarrass her in this little backwater of a town. Very well, I told her. I'll keep my mouth shut by filling it with wine. Did I mention she's my cousin? I don't recall. If you hope to talk her out of this folly, the ain't no I've tried. She's usually much better at fending off grasping cretins such as this Kosh fellow. Hello. Your outfit contains a bit of silver weave, just like mine. Modesty is for the poor. If you were to continue my argument with my cousin, perhaps you could overwhelm her with reason. Say, what's your favorite drink? I can tell you prefer quality spirits, as I do. I knew it. And what do you prefer to pair with it? I can tell we have similar thoughts there as well. Yes, perhaps you are the right person to speak with my cousin. I'd nearly convinced her this Kosh fellow is beneath her when she threw me out. She's preparing in his personal chambers, upper level of the palace. Ask the Iron Wheel if you get lost.
The servers are bringing food from the palace kitchens. Easy enough to nab their keys. Reminds me of the old days. Speaking of which, let's find Zira and inform her we've done far more work than she.
The palace is crawling with ironweed. Lead the way. We'll follow from the shadows.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
Magnifica Felora, we came to warn you. Kosh is not the man he seems.
He's a merchant lord of Abba's Landing. That's one step above the scum they scrape from ship hulls. Is there any other grand revelation before I call the guards?
You are Magnifica Felora. Your political power rivals the Queen of Tanith herself. Do not allow Kosh to diminish you.
People say this is not how I imagined my wedding to be. They tell amusing stories of what went wrong, trying to outdo each other's tales. Calling the guards on wedding crashers isn't one I've heard. Why shouldn't it be the story I tell? The Thieves Guild stole my dowry. In doing so, they upset my standing in Teneth. But far worse, they desecrated the remains of my ancestor Denobia. When they couldn't remove the jeweled crown from her head, they separated it from her body. The merchant lords of Abba's Landing are exceptionally crooked. They buy from pirates who raid Teneth waters and bandits who raid Teneth roads. But plundering ancestral tombs? That is too far, even for them. Kosh, head of the Thieves Guild? You say he betrayed his own people to steal a dowry for some mad plot to marry a noble of Teneth? If you are bards sent by my cousin, your imaginations are sorely lacking. Why not say Kosh rode a dragon? With what time? My escort arrives soon to begin the wedding. I have accepted my fate, as you must accept yours. Unless you can produce the skull of Denobia herself, you can tell your fanciful stories to the Iron Wheel. I have indulged this madness for long enough.
Magnifica Felora, are you almost ready? The guests are assembling within the palace.
Magnifica Felora is indisposed. She'll be ready in just a moment.
Do you intend to keep me here? Look around. There's nowhere to go.
Unless Nicholas selected a bedroom with a hidden passage. Let's look around.
There must be a pattern. Try another combination.
Did that cabinet just click?
Well, well. A portion of the dowry Nicholas decided not... And this must be Denobia's crown. Nicholas, you've doomed yourself. I knew Nicholas kept trophies from his heists. I used to smooth it over with the guild. One of his eccentricities, I'd say. Becoming Kosh hasn't altered his compulsion. He desecrated Denobia's remains, cut off her head. Now, we return the favor. I'll show Felora what Nicholas really is. She wants Denobia's crown as proof. I'll give it to her, along with her ancestor's skull. Once I have her attention, she'll listen. Find your way to the wedding crowd. Once Nicholas is revealed as a fraud, escort your date from the palace. I'll see you at the den soon enough. You're in charge until my return. Magnifica Felora, there's something you need to see.
What foolishness is Zira planning?
Today, Lord Kosh of Abba's Landing joins with Magnifica Felora, the Jewel of Tanith. It is my honor, as a duly appointed officer of the Iron Wheel, to officiate their union.
Stop! There is no honor in this union.
Guards!
Zira? You're alive? That is... What is the meaning of this?
More importantly, why do you have the desecrated remains of my ancestor?
Zira, you fool! You're drawing the Iron Wheel to the room.
There must be some mistake.
Chief Inspector Ronbeek, take everyone into custody. I want this mess sorted.
Always playing the martyr. Come on, there's still time for us.
Iron Wheel! Secure all exits! None shall leave the palace grounds! Question everyone here! Be thorough!
Felora, my darling, I've been framed. I implore you to reconsider.
Give it a rest, Nicholas. Whining doesn't suit
Quiet,
you.
thief! You'll have enough time to bicker from inside your cell. Take them away!
Can anybody help me?
Your date made it back before you. Informed us of what happened at the wedding. Don't blame yourself. Zira told you to leave. Yes, Zira's capture was an unfortunate turn of events. But Nicholas is the Iron Wheel's prisoner as well. A small reason to celebrate. Magnifica Flora has her dowry, and Nicholas is behind bars. The Iron Wheel won't be here much longer. We'll have a chance at freeing Zira in the chaos of their departure, whenever that is. But that's more your call, isn't it? Zira said you were in charge until she returned to the den. That makes you the acting guildmaster. Boss. Just so we're clear, an acting guildmaster has no real power. But it makes you sound important, so we may as well call you that. Also, you get the blame if anything goes wrong. You know how it is. For now, nothing. Until we learn where they've taken her, there is little we can do. But we will learn. I'm certain of that.
Your half-guildmasterness. Had the feeling you'd stop by. Did you know Silver Claw was looking for you? Something urgent, he said. That oily fat cat tried to bribe me with a fine wine to keep an eye out for you. Of course I took his bribe. Why do you think we're talking? So to meet him in the den quick as you can.
Silverclaw, stop pacing. You'll wear a rut in the floor.
It helps me think. Now, where is the guildmaster? Or acting guildmaster? Or whatever you call it?
Look who's here. Your long wait is over.
I have good news, my friend! Chief Inspector Runbeak and the Iron Wheel will soon depart Hughesbane. And the bad news, Zira will be sent to Tanith, where she will stand trial for raiding Aldenobia Tomb. Somewhere in Noshira Citadel, the Iron Wheel's preparations to depart causes much distraction. There is no better time to slip among their ranks. But I am not a part of your guild. You would know best what to do, of course.
we know where Zira is? Are we going to rescue her?
What do you mean, we? I'm retired.
Zira would do the same for any of us, even you, Velsa.
The least we can do is hear out our acting guildmaster. So, what is the plan?
I know that look. That's your tell Velsa to do something look. Why do none of you believe I'm retired? I could say it slowly. Retired. Did it stick this time? I only traveled to Aldenobia Tomb because I had history with the people who died there. But poking around the Iron Wheel's headquarters? Lunacy. I need a phenomenal reason to risk my life for Zira's. You've already proven you're tolerably competent. All right, I'll do it. But you owe me a big favor, and I will call it in. I'm going to smash some stink apples at the front gate to draw the Iron Wheel there. The distraction will make it easier for you to get in elsewhere. What? You're temporary Zira. You think I ever let her tell me what to do?
If we're going to Noshira Citadel, I can help. The Iron Wheel can always spot imposters. It's not the uniform. It's the mannerisms and protocol they follow. It's all part of their training. They cycle their soldiers between locations every few months. Keeps them from forming attachments with the locals. They see new faces all the time, so they're trained to spot certain mannerisms. Ones I've learned to spot as well, and impersonate. I just need a uniform. They change those too, small details here and there. We need one that can accommodate my tail. Oh, and bring the journal we used in Aldenobia Tomb. I have an idea, but until we know our entry point, I don't want to share.
I know it won't be easy to recover Zira, but I'm ready for this. Just say the word. Lots of crumbling walls. I can scout the best approach, see if the Iron Wheel leaves anything less defended. They won't notice me. No one ever looks up. Let me see your map. This place, just outside Noshira Citadel? I'll meet you there when I've found a way inside. See you there, partner? Scouting successful. The Iron Wheel doesn't send patrols beyond the walls anymore. They're too busy preparing to leave. And there's some sort of commotion at the main gate. Seems they've pulled a few soldiers there to deal with it. A gap in the wall not far from here. There's a lone sentry. I already told Walk Softly. He's waiting for you near the gap. I'll head back to the walls. Keep scouting the Citadel exterior. Good luck.
sentry. He keeps looking through the gate, rubbing his lips, waiting for one of his mates to come by with a drink. Let's relieve him of his thirst, then his uniform. We walk up. I present myself as a drunk, dapper Argonian. He challenges us, tells us to move along, then sees the bottle in my hand. I offer him a taste. He takes a long pull from one of Velsa's sleeping potions. We take his uniform. Try to look non-threatening, if at all possible. My good man! Is this the gate to Abbas Landing?
Halt! The Citadel is under jurisdiction of the Iron Wheel.
Never heard of that tavern? What do they sell?
You should move along. What, that bottle you have, what is that?
Delicious! Some wine from, Bergama! Why, you want some?
If you're offering, just a nip to get my blood pumping. Tava's tail feathers, it's awful! Ugh! What is that taste?
Something to which I'm immune. But he's right, it does taste awful.
My distractions worked, as expected. I'll stick to the shadows for now.
Here we part ways. Once I'm in uniform, I'll see how well I blend in. If I may suggest a course of action, the journal you brought contains the entire dowry heist, as planned by Nicholas. I think we can use it to our advantage. Chief Inspector Ron Beek has an office in the ruins where he entertains guests. If you were to leave the journal for him to find, there is little chance Nicholas could weasel out of the trial he faces in Tanith. Oh, and you could find out where they're holding Zira. Good luck. Don't get caught. If you do, we'll have to spring 2 guildmasters. Shameful times for the Thieves Guild. You go ahead. I'll abscond with our sentry friend's uniform. May need to trim it down. He was a rather brawny fellow.
I have no quarrel with you. My dowry is safely returned to Aldenobia tomb, as are the remains of my ancestor. Those responsible are in custody. Yet I am not entirely satisfied with the outcome. My former fiancé Kosh, that is Nicholas, has been very cooperative with the Iron. He claims he was duped, that stealing my dowry was Zira's plan all along. Zira has said nothing. Zira's price to surrender was the safety of those she brought along to the wedding. You and your strange little friend. Almost honorable in her own way. Nicholas lies, I know that now. But Chief Inspector Ron Beek has no evidence to the contrary. The town criers in Tenneth already proclaim her trial. Politics as they are, I cannot simply release her. But I can tell you where she is. And I can offer a lucrative proposal to your entire organization, to her directly, once you free her. Good. Zira is held in the prisons beneath us, but you must hurry. Chief Inspector Ron Beek plans to move her, to where I do not know. I'll escort you to the prison door. If you stay by my side, the Iron Wheel shall cause you no harm. Are you ready? Remember, don't leave my side or the Iron Wheel will think you're an intruder, which by all accounts you are. Almost there. Once you're inside the prison, you're on your own. You there! Unlock the door and allow my companion entry to the prison. Do not record this in the log.
As you command. You there, follow me. Iron Wheel uniforms aren't made for Argonian heads. I'd be sweating if... well, if I could sweat. You go after Zira. I'll wait for the others and escort them through.
As the Iron Wheel turns, justice prevails.
And who might you be? You certainly don't belong. Who are you and why are you here? Straight to the point. Very good. I know where Chief Inspector Ron Beek took Zira. I'm willing to tell you. My only price is a single lockpick. I didn't ask you to free me. A single lockpick, from one thief to another. A tradition Zira began, which means bad luck for her should you break it. Ah, but we have company. And they seem ambivalent to the idea. Ah, walk softly. So good to see you again. Have you been?
Hunted. Missing too many dead friends.
And Velsa as well. I thought you'd retired.
And I thought you were dead. Seems we were both disappointed.
And who are you? I don't believe we've met.
I'm someone who knows better than to listen to your lies.
Nicholas in a cell. Somehow, it feels right. Nicholas could never pick a lock, unless he learned since the dowry heist. A lockpick would be nothing more than a thin sliver of hope, which you could deny him. Is his hopelessness worth Zira's potential imprisonment? That's up to you.
Nicholas wasn't lying. I figured out all of his tells long ago. He knows where they have Zira, which means the acting guildmaster has a decision to make about a lockpick. If Chief Inspector Ron Beek personally moved Zira, we have very little time. A single lockpick won't do us any harm, and it gets us what we need. And I'll know if he's lying, so yes, toss one his way. Aim for the eye.
I've never met Nicholas before. Far as I'm concerned, I never want to see him again. Absolutely not. We can't know if he's lying, and we shouldn't risk him getting free. His help is the kind we don't need. And I overheard that transfer orders are stored in the warden's office. If we find nothing there, we trade him the lockpick. Do what you think is right, partner. I'll scout ahead.
Well, is there honor among thieves, or will you prove Zira wrong? Good, good. Always commit fully, even when your heart brims with doubt. Now, the lockpick? Misguided, but I understand. Zira always treasured loyalty over, well, treasure. To show there's no hard feelings between us, you could try the warden's office for her transfer papers. It's under guard, but you look like you can manage.
Search the warden's office. Look for any clue that leads us to Zira. Velsa is around here somewhere, and Quen must still be scouting. I'll keep watch. Oh, and the sailors are no trouble. It seems the Iron Wheel is slow to pay its debts, so they're happy to look the other way.
You'll be charged with desecrating Aldenovia Tomb, a capital offense. Cooperate, and I'll argue leniency. And what are you doing here? The thief from Fulstrom Homestead, wasn't it? Why are you here? So you say to an unarmed man. You seem to have the upper hand, for the moment. This won't stop. The Iron Wheel shall not stop, until there is a trial. Desecrating a family tomb, every noble in Tanith wants to see justice served. You mean Kosh? He insists he was duped by the Thieves Guild. His story doesn't completely add up, but Zira has not spoken since her arrival. Without proof, his story is the most convincing. I once gave you a chance to surrender, to which you were somewhat amenable. So I say, surrender yourself to the Iron Wheel. You will be treated fairly until I can determine exactly who will be tried in Tanith.
Dr. Rumby!
The other thief? Surrender, all of you. The Iron Wheel is relentless. We serve a higher calling than gold or riches.
What? You seem the type to talk all day.
Zira, you aren't the only prisoner we freed. They're on shore and itching to come back to the Thieves Guild.
Yes, yes, a charming reunion. Open the cage so we can go.
We need to keep moving. We'll talk back at the den. I almost said something pithy like, "You're late," or "About time." But really, I'm glad to see every one of you. Even Velsa. Better now that I'm out of that cell. I can't wait to return to the den, after we've taken care of some business. Thieves Guild business. The Iron Wheel thought to save themselves another trip to Tanith. They loaded this ship with contraband. But we're going to steal it. We're going to take everything they squeezed from Abba's Landing. Everyone, listen up. Quen, good work freeing the prisoners. There are a few more on this ship. Break them out and send them topside.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. We'll need them to strip this vessel in the docks of whatever they can carry. Velsa!
Don't bark orders at me. I'll set traps near the prison door. Slow down any Iron Wheel come to check on the ship.
Good thinking, Velsa. Everyone, be quick about your work. Don't linger or we'll end up back in a cell. Once you have all you can carry, grab a boat and row hard for Abba's Landing. Let's go!
Might I say, you are the most magnificent Magnifica I've ever met. You elevate the cesspit of Abba's Landing with
Who
your
are
very
you again?
presence.
Apologies, Magnifica. We have much to discuss when timing is more convenient for us both.
What is it?
Until I spent time in a cell, I didn't realize how much this place had grown on me. It's good to be back. But it's better to have robbed the Iron Will of their dignity, our guildmates, and a dockload of ill-gotten goods. With what? They can't look to Magnifica Flora for help. She hired the Iron Wheel to recover her dowry. When they did, she stopped funding them. After what we took from the Iron Wheel, they'll barely have enough to ship Nicholas to Tanith. What they'd planned to do with me, they'll put him on trial. A show trial because the people want revenge. When he's convicted, well, I hear the guillotine is popular in Tanith. But Nicholas is the past. I'm interested in the future. Never waste an opportunity. Huh. Nicholas used to say that. Well then, let's see what Tanith nobles think lucrative means. As for the rest of you, I'm naming you as part of my Thieves' Council. I'll need those I can trust in the coming months. Yes, even Velsa. Counselor Emeritus. If it
This
suits.
calls for a drink. Or 5. Where's Andari?
Huzzah! Meaningless titles.
Don't be so, well, you.
My apologies for interrupting. Your Lord Thrag escorted me here. Magnifica Flora requests Zira call upon her at the earliest convenience.
I'll have to celebrate later. Opportunity waits for none of us, whatever title we have.
What would you have us do? Stare at one another until your return?
What does it matter to you? Aren't you retired?
Semi-retired. And what would you suggest? Hold hands and sing songs?
Hardly. The only tune you know is grating.
I think I'm starting to like you.